So good.
Sammy, you know you can spawn your thing in with diesel fuel and jet fuel.
No, you can't.
Can't you?
No, we're in.
Oh, limited fuel.
Right, so we're pointing towards the engine. The thing I did was add more rotor blades on this thing. If that would make a difference.
So did you have 8 blades on the main head as well?
Pretty certain I did. Hang on.
8 blades pitch neutral.
Let me go back to AH9 and have a look. H9 had 4
Well,
rotor blades on the back.
That's why.
And it had 8 blades on the main rotor.
And it had 2 gearboxes, 3252.
Yep, that hasn't changed in a long time. So the only thing that's changed, I guess, is the rear tail rotor. Can I spawn this?
Yeah.
Yes, it will, Molly, I know. Autosave. Do a splash and dash on this.
Oh, God.
The connector's already underneath the helicopter.
What are we up to? Trying to work out why we can't lift a tanker full of fuel when we could before.
The connector needs to be turned on. There you go.
Mayday, mayday.
That's so bizarre. It stays up there and then just goes brrr and drops. Like, how does that work? How does it lift it and then suddenly go, I can't do this?
Do you want me to spawn in old curly toes and we can see?
But that was what I was doing before Paul, you know. I think that went wrong.
So good. Try it, pups. Try spawning an old curly toes and see if you can lift it.
Okay.
Bigger inch, more power needed. I don't want to make too many changes. This should, in theory, work, but we can play with the ratios, maybe.
I mean, I've added 2 radio circuits on this thing, but that shouldn't add the weight, right?
We can make it so that
I've got an old curly toes, hang on.
This is gear 1. So what we could do is start off in high gear and then allow a shift, slight shift down a gear to go from 1 to 1 to 6 to 5, and then this one is
That's not the most recent curly.
Another
toast, is
6
it?
to
I
5.
That's an old one. This is
I was using the one with the radio panel on the side, and it worked fine.
And 2 to 3. So that. So if you went 6 to 5, then went 6 to 5
we can't
again.
push that out yet, can we?
Then if you really want to, you can go 3 to 2.
No, we'll have to wait for Paul.
Or you just do it in shades of 6 to 5. Each one being 5/6 of the next kind of thing. Let's try that. The gearboxes are not upside down. Look, pointing towards the engine, and then this one is pointing towards the engine.
Paul, can you push the thing out if you get a chance?
1 second. Or we could have it start in a high ratio, and then you can drop it down to low gear if you want to, kind of thing. Welcome, Philip. I mean, that is full of water, so it's technically heavier than the fuel. By about 30%, but we'll see. Nope.
Oh.
Nice weather for testing.
I know, right? Are we on?
Yeah. So other than the fact that that curly toes is lighter because there's less blocks on it.
Give it time.
I mean, she seems to be doing fine. Oh,
Well,
no.
what were you saying?
There we go, we're down.
Right. So it's not me going crazy. Something's changed in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, now I can't get it back up.
I don't remember reading any patch notes about this changing.
So the only thing I can think of is make the tank smaller, but that isn't a 5-minute job.
Oh, I can mess with the gear ratios on this. It's just bugging me that that's changed. So, we originally had it on a 3 to 2 ratio. We could try 5 to 9, then drop into 3 to 2. And then this one starts off just by passing that through. And if you want a lot of ratio, you can go... Actually, no, you can go... Think about this. It used to be on 3 to 2, so it used to be on that starting value. Everything else after that used to increase the RPM. So I want to do it the other way. I want to start on that, which means that needs to be on 1 to 1. So we'll start on 3 to 2, and then instead of increasing the ratio that way, we'll go this way. 5 to 6, and then 5 to 6 again. So if you enable both gears, you end up with 5 to 6 ratio on both, so you end up with more torque. Let's try that. Can I spawn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's see if I can lift it on by dropping gears. Round night, welcome back.
First.
Where's the fuel hose gone?
Oh,
It's
fill
right-
her up. You push
right
it
next
out,
to
I'll
it.
fill her up.
Didn't they say something changed about the tank at the start of the stream? It's now a heavy one, fully loaded. Don't know, mate.
There was a game change update last week, but there's no patch notes, no nothing.
Yeah. I mean, D. Thomas put a fairly long scripture in about medium engines.
What about them?
Something about that they weren't... so he said, the exact problem has been plaguing me as of late. The medium engine does not have as much torque at low RPS. As a result, it's bogged down very easily. It's why it's using so much battery to start. You need to reduce the load on the engine by shedding weight or main rotor blades. So if you use less rotor blades, you'll have more lift because it's less weight.
Come on, you stupid connector. Is that connected?
Yes, on.
Now you can't even get it off the floor.
Watch the RPS to see if the engine is bogging down.
Let me spawn my jet powered Chinook, that'll get it going.
That's crazy. Doesn't it wonder what gear I put it in now? We just can't lift it.
The only other thing I can think of, Paul, is on the old... Oh no, because we just proved that wrong.
Well, take it back in the workshop and take half the rotors off and see if you can lift it.
Yeah.
That's really annoying. Alright, we'll try and drop into 6 blades then. They broke my chopper. Time for some jets. No! This thing used to work fine.
Good to go.
You know, we should have probably jumped over to a creative save before we started messing around, right?
It's alright, we only need to pump diesel back here, so it's not too bad.
Did you want to lose 2 of your tail rotors?
No, the camera keeps being stupid. And also there's like a massive storm blowing in. Cool. 5 to 6 is twice, 25 to 36, 1 to 1 plus 3 to 2 is equivalent to 54 to 36, so it should be double
ready.
the torque. Well, this is on default, so this is 1 to 1. So 1 to 1 ain't happening.
Wow.
Right, gear 1. Gear 1 isn't even lifting itself. Like, wow, gear 1 I can't even, like, lift. Gear 2.
Well, you then managed to get it on 2 wheels. That's as far as I've seen you move it so far.
This is weird. Well, I don't get it. We used to be able to move that tank and now we can't. Like, okay.
Well, let's say the only thing that's been added to it is 2 microcontrollers and 2 sets of radio circuits and a couple of component blocks. There's no, I don't think there's any mass there. But it doesn't make sense because you airlifted it to the oil refinery, didn't you? So it's already been lifted.
Six blades with 2 to 1 and 2
Like
to
you
1
say,
to 20
it is
RPS. She's
full
spinning 6 blades,
water,
80
which is
RPS.
heavier, but
you think higher RPM is going to cause more lifting? Right, let's try 2 to 1 on the first one. We'll leave 1 to 1 ratio there. And then we'll go 2 to 1 again. So we'll have default is 3 to 2. Then we'll go quicker. And then quicker again if you want to. The problem at the moment is not enough lift. I agree. Do we get more lift via more torque or more lift via more RPS? That's my question.
I can give you
Kosiyama.
plenty of lift, Paul.
Hey?
I mean, it doesn't move. It only goes up. I can give you plenty of lift.
Need some fuel.
I'm on my way.
I was surprised by how the nutters aren't going nuts in chat, even though there might be over 700 watching. They're very calm nutters, that's why.
Go.
Right, you want to connect it up, Pops, because...
Yeah. Down a bit. There you go.
Okay, so this won't lift. So it's 3 to 2. Then we press first gear. We get 2 to 1. Press second gear, we get 2 to 1 again. Right, it's definitely not that. So at 2 to 1 ratio, the engine is pushing out just under 20 RPS, which is pretty much its maximum, right? If you press second gear, it bogs down. But in first gear, it doesn't really bog down. It stays very close to its theoretical maximum. So I think that's generated as much lift as it can right now. Which just isn't enough, basically. And that's not even with a full tank of fuel. Welcome back.
So I suppose the only difference between you being able to lift it and not is the fact that that's full and you haven't lifted a full one until we leave the oil refinery, have you?
Well, I'm going to try lifting the maximum RPS on the engine to 30 and let's see. It's going to chug fuel, but let's see what happens.
Well, I mean, I can reduce the space inside, but that'll add more blocks. So would that be better than to save weight? I don't know. Less liquid, but more blocks.
I'm kind of tempted to try and fix the problem with the heli than the tank. Like, the only thing I can think of doing if this doesn't work is making that tanker smaller.
Go, go, go.
Right, so we're in top gear right now.
Sounds like it, wow.
So the RPS right now is crazy.
You're on. Wow.
Way! Now watch it come plummeting towards the earth.
Shaking a bit. Well, the RPS is doing 30, I can hear it.
Well, it's not come down yet.
Well, in a minute, because we're burning through fuel.
You're on fire!
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's on fire.
So the coolant for the engine needs to be improved.
Beep, splat. Right, okay, so that...
strongest hanger in the world.
We learned a few things then. Is that... Do you reckon that's a cooling problem because of higher RPS, we need more radiators or something?
Yeah, I've been trying to use the heat things. The tank is destroyed. It's absolutely destroyed.
I wonder if we can get away with... Because that was going from 20 to 30 RPS, and the extra RPS gave us the lift we needed. Medium engines overheat above 25 without water cooling, apparently. So, well, let's go with 25 then. Maybe more. I wonder if more radiators will actually fix the problem, though.
Well, I've been using the fluid heat sink things rather than the radiators to see if there's any difference in them.
I've not noticed a difference in them, so many unless you have.
The heavier. It doesn't really say anything apart from the heatsink is heavier.
If only they gave you the details you need.
Imagine some engineering information here about cooling properties as well as mass. Imagine that.
That's coming out in the next update, though, isn't it?
Heatsinks are rubbish. Chaining radiators works great, apparently.
Oh, right.
So at the moment, I've got the coolant going into... It splits off into two radiators. They're not chained as such. Maybe I should chain them. Kind of tricky with a limited space, though. Let's try 25 RPS, and what we'll do is we'll change the gearing round so it starts off in high gear, I guess. Heatsinks are the same as radiators, but they're airtight.
So, on a Reddit post from 3 months ago, it says, in my testing so far, heat sinks perform a bit better. It only took 10 of them to cool the biggest diesel engine versus 16 radiators.
Well, that definitely sounds like heatsinks work better.
Though there is a custom tank system you can use instead that beats both by a landslide. It involves a fluid spawner and an enclosed space. You create an infinite water that is used then for the cooling input. I don't know where the output should go unless it goes into the tank as well, hopefully. The dev will respond.
They did respond. They gave him a search bar.
Extend the radiators outwards from the fuselage. To do what exactly? Well, you'd think for something that is actually heavier and a lot bigger, I mean a lot bigger, you would think they'd work better. But then if you need 10 of them to outperform, was it 16 rads?
It was a large, it was a larger, large diesel engine that they were testing it against. But yeah, they are giving more performance apparently. But
Yeah, but look at the size of them.
oh yeah, I know.
I mean, if you're saying 10 of these is equivalent to 16 normal rads, and I look at the size of that, I could have at least 4 radiators for one of those. which implies radiators are more efficient to me.
Don't know, but I'm tempted to get Domino's.
Is that relevant?
It's a bit left field, isn't it?
We're all talking about radiators, and I'm just sitting here dreaming about pizza.
Sounds about right, Pups. There you go. Let's try 25 RPS. Pups, we all know you're going to order it, mate, so just get on with it.
I said that last time. I tried my best. I lasted 3 hours, and then I gave in.
So you might as well skip the step and just get on with it.
Why is a clutch going to help? A clutch doesn't do anything to the engine. All the clutch does is does stuff to the transmission. It reduces the output from the engine. Raskar, thank you for 46 months. Kieran, thank you for 20. Happy building, thank you.
Clutch just turns it on and off, right?
Yep.
Exactly.
And the clutch doesn't even have slip, does it? Because it's either 0 or 1, doesn't it?
No, you can go anything between 0 and 1 on the clutch. Why are we getting more stuff?
Because that's the rescue stranded fisher person mission that we done and didn't do.
Welcome back.
Have we run out of fuel yet?
No, we're down to 1,500 litres.
You serious?
Stormy, we might have to do the boat thing again. Boat it over here and then just use my pump truck and pump it back in.
Well,
I mean, can you actually...
we haven't actually done anything. So once this is done, we can just reload the save, right?
Yep.
So we should have just gone over to creative to try and get this working.
That'd be too sensible.
Like ordering Domino's.
Last time I ordered the extra
You're on.
and I completed it. I'm tempted to do it again.
Completed it, well, like it's a mission.
Did I, Paul? I got down to like the last 2 slices. I was like, I can't do this.
There you go. So now if I drop down both gears, I'm stable. 25 RPS.
How's your heat?
I mean, there's 2 things. 1, we're lifting water, which is heavier, and 2, I don't have any fuel. Engine temperature's on 103 and rising.
Yeah, you're gonna blow up. You're gonna be a fireball again.
So I just need more rads to cool that, yeah?
Or put like a small water tank on there and have it water cool.
You can get a little small tank that'll provide water out, but I don't know where you would put, where you can put the water in, as in cool water in, but I don't know where you put the old
You're good
out.
to go down.
I just want to see if the temperature's stabilizing at 106.
I'll remember. I've written that.
But when you're static and not like lifting, right? Nearly took my head off, man.
No, it's still staying at 106.
So 106 should be okay.
So what's the
Yeah.
temp one?
It's not blowing up, it's staying stable.
Okay.
Looks like it's gonna blow up with a black smoke coming out of the thing.
So are we reloading the save and starting again from where we were, 2 hours ago?
Yeah, I guess. I guess when we're not under load, I could reduce the throttle to get the RPS down.
So with no load, what's the temperature now?
Oh, I'm out of fuel, right. Just about to test. But yeah, it seems to stabilize at about 106. It doesn't get any more.
Under load.
Try it with more main blades since the engine isn't bogging. Okay, so maybe go back to having 8 and giving this a bit more kick. 5. Have we got enough fuel left for another test?
Yeah. I shall fill you up.
It's 1500, so you've got like
3 more tests?
6 tests, yeah.
No pressure, but you've got 6 tests to get this right.
Well, we're taking 500 litres a time, so...
The component I placed down, I haven't changed the channel, so they're all reading the same one rather than 4 separate ones.
You could,
As if on your artificial horizon you've written, "This is artificial."
It's true, though, isn't it?
You need to go up. Get connected.
Oh, that's a cooler engine temperature. Oh, I'm going to still rising, but we're only on 24.8 RPS now.
Is there any way you could add like another radiator to it?
Temperature's coming down, it's 85 now, 95, 93, 91, 90.
Yeah, engine's bogging down on that gear ratio.
Yeah, 83, 80. Well, if it works with 6 blades, why not just use 6 blades, right?
I'll work out why the RPS is not coming back.
Are you in a double gear or something?
Or it takes a long time for the RPS to come back.
Yeah, temperature's rocketing at the moment. Still going up, 98 at the moment. I think it's leveled off at 99, 98-ish.
Still cooler than it was.
It is still cool. Did you add another rat then, or is it just more blades?
No, it's just added more blades, which means obviously you get a lower RPS. Having to do more work.
Okay, 101.
It's just going to chew up more fuel. That's my only annoyance with it.
Yeah, so it's like max at 104.
And there goes the fuel. 7 blades might be the magic number for this chopper. Starts off from 2 to 1, then you've got lower gear and then the lower gear again, and that lifts that thing up just about. Question is, can we get away with 24 RPS? What's your generator? Well, the thing is,
He's going to order Domino's, isn't he?
of course he's already ordered it. Each of these takes 5% power as well. I think I've only got like a small gen on it. I'm trying to think where it is. Yeah, there's a small gen that sits there. So it takes a feed directly off the engine. Right there. And then it goes up. The tail section actually goes through straight to the tail rotor. It's only the main rotor that's clutched. Sorry, that's gearboxed. I don't know whether that's the right thing to do. Like, should the tail rotor be taking a feed after the gearbox as well, or is it just leave it on 1-to-1? I mean, I could take a bleed off here instead of direct from the engine. Have a good one, Benjamin. Yeah, I don't think the small gen's doing a lot to leach any power. $24 RPS. Let's see what we can do. Oh my god, I can't see a thing. Is it out though?
Yeah.
They can if you place them after gearboxes. What, the tail rotor?
Right, that's another 500.
So I've got 7 blades instead of 8 and a slightly lower RPS. What the heck is this thing?
Near the runway. You're wrong.
It's holding steady at 23.9 RPS. Less than 100 Celsius, but the temperature's still rising.
Yeah, I think it'll peak at 104.
I just don't like the way it's tuned through fuel. It's 102 almost Celsius. And the fuel's nearly gone. Bottom line is it's going to take a lot more fuel to move this.
Yeah, but if it's only doing, you know, it's only when we're doing a fuel run that it's using this much fuel because you need that much lift, right?
Well, you say that, but then the engine RPS maximums like set. You set it in the properties, don't you? In order to control it after that, you basically have to mess about with the throttle. That's the only control you have over the engine.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're getting worse fuel economy, that's for sure. Let me see if it can lift it on 22 RPS.
You're just trying to get as much fuel economy as you can.
Well, every like RPS matters a lot with the diesel engine. Like, it's designed to run at 7, with when you start thrashing it at 20, it just guzzles fuel.
Yeah.
And a second engine, bro. What, like, there's no space for a second engine? It's a heli? Like, the sheer weight of that would just...
Yeah, you're clear. Yeah, you're on.
Okay, we're running 22 RPS.
Right.
Helicopter's not shaking.
7 blades. You just lost a lot of altitude. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's getting bogged down though.
Yeah, that's a crash.
Yeah, once the engine gets bogged down, it's very hard to recover it. You've got a message.
So is that 7 blades? Or is it 6?
That was 7 blades.
Right.
Yeah, it gets bogged down at 22 RPS, that's for sure. With 24 is a sweet spot, maybe.
Well, I suppose the thing to do would be either... Well, I suppose the theory would be let's try it and see how much fuel we burn. You know?
I'm back.
Oh, hello. Dominoes. Glad you could join us.
I ordered it for 9.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice of him, isn't it?
Why diesel? Diesel is
You wish so.
available in many more places than Jet A. If you go Jet A, then you basically end up with a problem where in limited fuel mode, it's all right in creative or no limited fuel, but in limited fuel mode, these tanks that are in here only have 15,000, and jet engines tend to guzzle fuel, so 15,000 won't last you a long time. Therefore, you then have to start spending a lot of time moving fuel around. Yeah, Hannah's asking if you're sharing, Bubs.
That's like saying to Hannah, though, on a Friday, will she share her pizza and dough balls?
Yeah, Hannah.
Or a Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I'll load the save back in.
Okay.
We'll see if we can move this. Which save am I loading, by the way?
We've got 107 litres of fuel left in that tank. The one that was the very start of the stream, I don't know what number that was.
That would have been Doyle... Blah, blah, blah.
55 or something like that?
No, 55 was loaded at 10 past 6, so 54 was 10 past 4.
And then, Hannah, you're not getting any of my pizza.
If you don't share, Hannah, you can't expect pups to share realistically, can you?
If you had food, Sammy, would you share it with me?
Depends what it was.
If it was a pizza,
Yeah, probably.
then I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
What about you, Paul?
What's that?
Would you share food? We had a nice big pizza, would you share it?
Of course I would.
Exactly, see, I'll share it with you. Get your own kebab, Dave.
I think Tommy Tucker's is closed.
Is it?
Well,
My local one isn't.
I've not been there, to be fair.
Oh yeah, because they don't deliver, do they?
Well, that's just the thing. I mean, they may have started delivering. If I phone them up, they might deliver. Oh, imagine that. I've got to try that now.
Oh, you scumbag!
I need to phone
ring
up.
them up, Paul,
Yeah, give them a call. Tommy Tuckers and
I'll
Whittam and say, are you delivering kebab at the
Do you want
moment?
the number? It's saved in my phone, pups.
And do they deliver to Chelmsford?
If you want to send it to me, go on then.
It's all right, Dave. I'll eat it in front of you, mate. You can watch. Right, so we need enough fuel to get over there now, and I don't know what the range is on this thing.
Right, I've sent a DM with the number to Tom.
I'll ring him now and get back to you.
Kebab ASMR.
Remember that saved in my phone from ages? That was a farming sim stream back in like 2015, where you were like, I don't even know if they're still open, and I phoned them and said,
Really?
yeah, they are. Yeah.
I'd laugh. Like, I'd be amazed if they even answer. Don't know how much fuel to put in this. I'm gonna put 3k in it and err on the side of caution.
Well,
We're gonna refuel when we get
you're
there.
not
3k should be enough
but
to
you're not
get there.
taking a full load, are you?
No. Who just despawned the chopper with 2,000 litres of diesel in it?
That
Not
was
me,
me,
I
because
was
I
on
was
fire.
getting the tank sorted. Sorry.
Well, in good news, Paul, they're open. But they're not doing deliveries.
Right. So they are open but not delivering.
Yeah, collections only still.
Well, we've got
Do you wanna-
4,000 diesel left, so we've got just enough to refuel again.
Well, do you want to do that?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to spawn your thing so we can push it out there and I can
can't-
spawn mine.
Oh, well, okay. Do it that way.
Well, you've got the chopper right now.
Right, hang on then. Let me just do a mod to the chopper as well.
Mr. Jens, thank you for 20 months. Sorry I missed that. Enjoy your shower, Ryan. Uber Eats or Deliveroo. Jimmery, I think... How do I put this? If I wanted to get kebab from Tommy Tucker's, I've got two choices, right? I either drive there and collect the food from Tommy Tucker's and risk getting COVID. Or I pay a delivery guy to drive to Tommy Tucker's and risk him getting COVID and giving it to me and potentially spreading it even more. So I kind of think I should just drive there. Like, why introduce a third party who's going to loads of places rather than just go there myself? Don't they do contactless delivery? I don't know. But if he's got it, he's gonna put it on the bag and everything, isn't he? He's gonna have it on his hands? I don't know. To drop it in front of the door. Yeah, but the point is, it might be contactless, but if they've contacted the bags and you touch the bags...
Can you grab your chopper again?
What have you done to it?
I've just not recalibrated, I've just attached some of the dials. Until you hook up the speed sensor, it won't work anyway. Right. I'm ready to spawn the thing. You need to hook up the speed sensor to that microcontroller, yeah.
Given speed, so... okay.
If you can hook it up to the speed sensor, that'll still obviously be in meters per second then, won't it?
What, is it going to display the speed or something?
No, it's going to work out a fuel per kilometer and everything.
so hard to see stuff in this game. I know I've got a speed sensor in here somewhere, I just can't see it.
Oh, you then had it. Oh, I see. At the back, above the old tank. Behind the fuel tanks. See the stream delay now. I don't know which one, where you are. Back, right side, nearly furthest component.
There's the
next to
vertical one. The altimeter. There's a vertical speed. Linear speed forward. There we go. Right. Can I spawn this yet?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get some fuel in there.
Oh look, we only have 4,000 litres of fuel left.
Maximum distance in kilometers 0. Remaining fuel minutes 19. Consumption per kilometer 85,805,000. Okay, it's coming down.
It's not going to work while you're not moving, is it? No, pups.
Red puppies. Gone eating his
Game de-
Dominoes.
It's not here for till 9. The game desynced me, so I got to rejoin.
I wonder if I can run an 80% throttle. $1,700 in the tank so far.
Oh.
It's nice having a little sat nav in the little map. What I need to do, I need to take the
Is 2,000 enough, considering that 2,000 was the maximum fill capacity of the old curly toes?
let's try it.
Lol. What could possibly go wrong?
Gonna try running on 80% throttle and see what happens.
Well, that's like the tank is empty. I took the fluid spawner out of that, didn't I? Please tell me I did that.
Dude, I have no idea.
It's empty. Okay. In.
Make sure she's stable.
Yeah.
Wobble in a bit. So do we give it more throttle to stabilise or do we lower the gears?
No idea.
Have you done gear or throttle?
Did a gear then.
Right.
I'll try reducing throttle when we get over this mountain range.
So you've currently got 20 kilometers of fuel left.
I'd say that's rip.
120 kilometers.
Oh yeah, it's two and a half away, isn't it? I didn't look how far it was.
What, mate? So you've got 15 minutes of fuel. You're burning 120 fuels per minute, and you're doing about 65 fuels a kilometer.
Yeah, the altitude hold has a lot of fun when it's got weight on board.
Looks like it.
Let's scrap that.
Well, whatever you've done, you've now got 30 kilometers of fuel remaining.
Has this got the stay alive block in or not?
We'll find out.
Also, why is the bridge mystically up?
Because it was up when we got here last time.
Start the stream with that.
Come on. Come on, disconnect it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's phase one done. Hope that bridge won't hit the blades.
I can fix that.
Just stick your fingers on the blades and stop them. Okay, what we got here? The tank really wobbles around. What happens when it's full and it bashes on the ground like that? It's only aviation fuel when it's loaded. It'll be fine. I'm wondering if you put like a fin on that thing, it might give it some stability in the air. I don't know.
Well, Pups does have a plan that he wants me to put a seat on it and some movable wheels and movable fins so you can control it separately.
I don't want to end up paying 50 quid for a load of it. That's what I got back last time with that one. Or you. She does this all the time. When she wants us to buy her stuff, she just says, I'll buy one for me, and then she knows full well what's going to happen next. Hey? Oh yeah, it's nice for her. I'll leave it to you. It's up to you. Thanks for the headphone users. What? Mrs. Squirrel's asking me do I want Domino's now. That's bizarre. Pops has ordered Domino's for 9 o'clock.
It's like she was watching the stream, right?
Yeah, you're gonna do a diesel one as well, so mate.
Yeah.
What?
You should get Domino's, Paul.
Oh, what? Meat feast? What should I get? Spicy veg or meat feast? Or something else?
Meat feast.
What's the best? What's the best one?
I'd
A
go for
spicy meat feast? Is there even such a thing?
I would do a half and half and do like
Oh, that's a good call, so me.
a pepperoni on one side and a chicken on the other.
Chicken on a pizza? No.
Can't you do like 1/2 spicy and then 1/2 meat feast?
I don't know. Go half and half. Hey? What? Yeah, do a meat feast on one half and a spicy veg on the other. And if you're doing it with another one, do a pepperoni on one half. Something with meatballs on it. Barbecue. I don't know. I don't care. Just get creative.
On pops.
Yep.
I don't like tandoori lava tube.
So we all have the Domino's then.
Sommies no.
Sommy now lives in a place where they don't deliver Domino's. Sommy used to live in a place where he used to get everything delivered, including McDonald's and everything else.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Are we refueling curly toes as well, yeah?
But
Good.
I get beautiful home-cooked meals by my beautiful partner.
There you go.
Oh, she's not listening.
Don't know, but like after this is over, I need to have a weekend in Essex just so I can go to Tommy Tucker's. It's been many years since I've had a Tommy Tucker's, Paul. It's been many years.
I don't mind pineapple on pizza, to be honest with you, Shifty. Like, I would rather
I
have...
don't mind pineapple on pizza either.
I would rather have pineapple on my pizza than I would chicken or tandoori, or even worse, tandoori chicken.
I agree with that. I agree.
Tandoori stinks. Like, if you don't eat all that pizza, when you come downstairs the next morning, your kitchen will stink to high heaven. It's been a few years since you've had a Tommy Tucker's, Dave. Well, once all this nonsense is out the way, Dave, you can come down. You can come down and we'll take you out for some nice Tommy Tucker's, Dave.
You're not going to take me out for Tommy Tucker? I see how it is.
Well, if you want. So I'll have a big meet-up outside of Tommy Tucker's. Like suddenly like 20, 30 people turn up and he's going, what the heck's this? Oh, just having a meet-up for a Tommy Tucker's.
It's your lucky day.
There's a pub opposite as well. We're going for a beer. There's a pub and a car park. So we could get a beer, get a Tommy Tucker's and sit in the car park and eat and drink. Classic Essex day out, that is. What's Tommy Tucker's? It's a kebab chain. Squirrel Pub Crawl 2021. Oh look, Puppies is going to kill himself again and then complain about how stupid the game was when he died.
No, this bit was fine. It's when I tried to jump up this ladder. There's a ladder here. I tried to climb up this ladder and it killed me.
Wait, where's the ladder for this bridge?
To the... Let me come back down. Here. There's a ladder here, which is what I tried to climb up and it killed me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen the amount of weight blocks on the back of this thing?
Yeah, I have.
That's just crazy.
Real life Bascule Bridge, isn't it?
Is she full yet, Pups?
Yep.
Let's see you check the internal fuel tank. She's not full, mate.
What?
Actually, I don't know. She's on 318.7.5
It
inside.
wasn't going up anymore.
It's weird.
If I put it back on, hang on.
The fuel gauge on the back doesn't add it all up. That's weird.
I'm pretty sure we made on the last version, a couple of versions ago. You added it.
Yeah, maybe it did. 3k of fuel. Be interesting to see what the fuel burn rate calculates out when we airlift this thing. I like how we all running around in shorts like it's a shorts kind of day.
Hey, you know I would be wearing shorts.
So did you decide what Dominoes you're getting?
We're getting this. Well, I told us to get a half and half. One half being spicy veg, the other half being meat feast. And then I said, if you're going to get another one, get a pepperoni half. And she said, what do you want on the other half? And I said, go creative. So I left her a wild card.
So you're actually going to have 4 separate different slices of pizza?
I don't know. She's going to order a couple of pizzas, half and half, and then I guess we'll just have bits.
I hear a doggo.
That'll be pepperoni.
That's what you could have on a pizza. Oh, sorry.
She gets called all kinds of names. She gets called Pepper. What is it? Pepper, Pipsky, Pip, Pepperoni, Pippadoodle-doo. Honestly, she has so many little pet names. She has no idea what we're saying to her. I think pepperoni's her favourite name, though. What are we on, Pop? Can you fill this up quicker, Sammy?
Yeah, we could sleep. No, that doesn't fix it.
Do you know what'd be great?
We
If
could get the devs to install proper pumps. No.
More gantries, and then we could have multiple inputs.
There is a mod on the workshop, but it's an environment mod, so it means recreating the...
Do you know what? I'm tempted to do it, except they keep changing the game.
Yeah, there's a mod on the workshop which adds another 3 gantries on the other side.
That would be awesome. Because then you could really fill up quick. Like, because let's face it, if you turned up with a big ship with a tanker, like, you'd have multiple input points on that.
Yep.
Dean Hall made one that doubles the pumps and the gantries. I don't blame him. It's obviously like a common problem. Have you noticed that bridge is the same colour as Curly Toes?
I have.
It's weird that. It's almost like you've only got 16 or 32 colours to pick from, isn't it?
It's like being on a Commodore. Commodore 64 again.
Yeah, so we're 20 minutes out from being full.
That's ridiculous.
Hang on, this is deja vu. When did this... Oh,
Yeah, what happened after this last time?
I feel like we've done this before.
Oh, I remember the chopper didn't take off.
Yeah, Pups died, I smashed the winch, and you crashed the chopper. That was what happened.
Right, so, laser altimeter. Got some of his fuel flow on there. That's good. I need to put the current heading on the map. Do you know what? I'm just thinking about that map. I can draw more information on that. What information would I want to draw on that? 'Cause there's room to draw
What
more
about
stuff.
X and Y coordinates?
For what, though?
Could you do like points of interest?
I guess what you want is like a radar on the... I don't know how the radar works, but if it picks up something of interest, you want it to sort of draw it, don't you?
It's pepperoni.
Yeah. Actually, I think that was doily. I wonder if I should draw some lines on the display to separate the numbers. Weather radar. Weather radar's interesting. I wonder what you get from weather.
Probably nothing.
It's raining. Oh, We can look out the window. It's raining.
Actually, I could display the outside temperature and stuff, couldn't I?
Yeah, that would work.
You can have temperature outside, temperature inside.
For someone in the chat who's saying they can't spawn the big ships in, you need to go into your save files and adjust the spawn box. You have to change it manually.
You can make it so you can touch the screen to set your autopilot coordinates. Yeah, that's a bit advanced. I haven't played with touchscreen stuff yet. I've only just got drawing stuff on the screen working. That took a bit of faffing around this morning. Like, just getting that all formatted and laid out, like, that takes a bit of time, especially when you've never done it before. What's TORs? I'd like to get a system screen so you can flick to page 2 there and see, like, engine temperature and stuff. It's either that or you'd have just another screen to show all that. I mean, there's different sizes of screen as well. That's the other thing. You know, that's basically a 2x2 block. Terrain awareness and warning system. The trouble with that is it gets annoying, doesn't it? Cow Noodles? Thank you for 2 months. Welcome to the house. Not right. Thank you very much for 70 months, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I think you can get a 1x1 display block. You can get a 2x1, and then there's a 2x2, and then the next one's massive. It's like 4x4 or something. Am I going to be playing SnowRunner, Jack? Yes, I am, mate. You will see me play that next week. And I could even put some displays back here, but I don't know how useful that is because you can only turn so much to see it.
Can you put like a TV channel on one of them?
You can actually, I can actually put a screen and have a camera feed. I've not tried that stuff yet. But you can have like an overhead. Oh, imagine that. Imagine the winch operator flicks from the map to an overhead cam when he's doing the winch.
I agree. Can we have that one, please?
Overhead cam.
I'd go one further and put the gimbal camera on it.
Has he even got a gimbal?
Yeah, there is a gimbal camera in the game.
Looks so good, just like the Mud Runner die.
I said we have a button as well that can bring us dominoes when we want.
That Blackbird that I'll show you later, Paul, has got a gimbal camera underneath it.
Yeah, he probably had to write that, didn't he, to lock onto a spot. Unless there's some kind of weirdness built in.
Well, the one in there is controlled via buttons on the screen, so you can move it left and right and zoom it in and out.
Would a dial that shows how much tow cable you have out be useful? That's displayed there at the moment, the winch length. But it takes up 2 blocks of space. This is why I'm getting into the video stuff, because being able to display information on a display in a compact way is much better than using loads of space. There's browser Lua emulator for Stormworks so you can play with displays. No, I did not know that. Let me have a look.
We're halfway there, woo!
That just reminds me of a song.
What does it do, Spec Silent Sean?
Okay.
I did not see that, Wally, no. I just had an out-of-body experience.
Well, that's cool. Further down on that list has got all the available functions and stuff.
What are we talking about?
So you know that link Spec Silent sent you? If you scroll down, there's loads of like functions and things. It's got all the code for it.
That looks like it's got a lot of information on it.
Yeah.
You can write Lua scripts and it'll run in real time so you can see it updates in the display as you write
Do you know what
code.
really narks me about that is that's not even the devs that have done that.
It's always amazing what third party does to a game. Inputs, booleans, numbers, properties. What does it actually draw the thing? I like how they've got like functions and then next to it is a link to the Lua manual that explains it. That's so good.
Do you know what? But like, isn't that something that the dev should deliver? Or do the dev feel like Lua is just out there so that people that know Lua should know how to do it? I mean...
Gave you a search bar, come on.
Well, they've got a game to develop, to be fair. You can't do everything.
No.
But how do you get this thing to run exactly? Where do you start with this?
I'm assuming it goes in that like top row somewhere, like left hand side. There's the 3 lines of code. It's got the function on tick end, function on draw end. Would you paste it in there, and then does it run somewhere else on the screen?
On draw, screen, dot, draw line.
You can see Paul's got his coding face on there, can't you? Look at that.
1, 1, 2. We'll just make something up. 10, 10. What it does.
He's
draw a line.
resorting to all those years of training and university, and you know.
It was all for this. All for writing Lua in a game. It brought me to this moment.
Could you like get in touch with your lecturers and sort of send them a message saying, "I finally understand why I learned all that I learned."
No, it actually does draw it. Like, basically, I just told it to draw a line and it shows you in a preview what it does.
Wow.
So, yeah. That's actually really useful.
Really, really, really useful. Yeah.
Just trying to work out what the UI builder does. Wait, oh, generate Lua code. What? No.
I mean, could you actually show the stream so that we could see what you're so excited about?
Hang on.